Greetings and salutations, it is I, Captain Jack Morgan, and welcome to what I believe I'm going to start calling this particular show, since it's just my vocals, is When Scurvy Dogs Lie. Well, unfortunately, I got another scurvy dog that I need to call out, and it seems to be the same one. I don't know why. It just can't seem to figure things out. Anyway, I'm recording this because I've, again, had it up to here with all the claims of gaslighting and saying that I'm lying to people, that I'm doing things that I'm not actually doing. And I'm here to set the record straight. And because I received this video today, it really just pissed me off. I'm sorry, but it did. And I'm tired of it, so I'm calling them out directly. Once again, Grimlock, stop. Just stop. Do not mention me ever again. Okay, that is a direct statement from me. You've been warned. I'm tired of you saying lie. It's the fact that you're putting things out there that are lies about me. I've had enough. I've absolutely had enough. You know, it's getting to the point where I am now going to take legal action. I have spoken to a lawyer, actually two different lawyers. The other lawyer lost interest because I never did anything with it. But I've spoken to a new one, and they say that I have a case. I've presented everything, including this recent thing. I managed to get a hold of my lawyer, and they're more than happy to fight for me. So, you know, I'm not worried about you. I just want you to quit. Seriously, I want you to quit. Not doing anything to you. So stop doing things to me. Stop putting it out there on your public page on Facebook that I am doing certain things, or you're here to call out the hypocrisy, that you're here to expose the truth. Well, let's expose the truth with your own words, shall we? I have the recording, and I'm going to play little bits and pieces of it, and we're going to go over this using your own words. So here we go. I'm going to push play, and I'm going to pause it every now and again when I need to make a comment. So here we go. Remember, you put this on a public platform, so therefore anybody can have it and anybody can use it for any particular reason. And I'm using it to defend myself because I'm tired of you putting my name in your mouth when it comes to negative connotations. So here we go.
I'm exhausted. I managed to get a notification across my whatever about walk the plank. I have to admit, the entrance to it is pretty catchy.
So thank you for that. You mentioned my show, Walk the Plank, and you said the entrance was rather catchy. I do appreciate that. I can understand a compliment, and I take that as a compliment, so thank you for that. Let's continue.
But the last guest that was on there, a young lady, okay?
Actually, my last guest that was on there was DJ Tiger. So the person that you're referring to, not going to name names. If you want to see, stick around to my YouTube channel right here, Captain Jack Morgan, because that's where I'm posting this on. And you can watch episode number 3, I do believe it was. Episode number 3 to the young lady that he speaks of. But I've done another episode, and that was with DJ Tiger. That was episode 4. Anyways, we shall continue.
Made some erroneous claims that I find that I must comment on.
What are these claims?
As the X-File says, the truth is out there.
It is.
Now, I don't remember everything that was said, so I'm just going to go over and basically cover one thing.
Okay.
Well, you know what? I think I remember the other thing, too.
Fine.
Okay. The one claim that was made, well, I was one of the ones who helped people stop video recording because people are allowed to have their privacy, said in front of a host that violated the same thing that you claim should have happened.
Okay, so you're claiming that this individual has said that people have their privacy and they helped eliminate the recording of people so that it didn't happen to others, that they weren't exposed for bullshit things, kind of thing, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And you said that, well, That person said that in front of a host who has done the very same thing. Prove it. I want you to prove to me where exactly I have done this to someone. I want you to prove where I have recorded someone and I have posted it to my social media, that I've posted it to other social media by sharing it, that I have created a fake account and posted it to that social media. I want you to prove it. Your claims are false. You are a liar. That has never happened, and I've never done it. So I would be really appreciative if you would retract your statement publicly on your platform. I'm sure I'll get that one too. And I want you to apologize to me for lying to your people, whoever the one or two people that might listen to your dribble. Because you should have no reason to be putting that out there about me, because I haven't done that. We'll continue.
Because I can't tell you how many times the host recorded me without my knowledge.
I told you how many times I recorded you. Twice. I told you I recorded you the one time that you brought the minor into my Where's the Beef world, because I wanted to make sure I was protected, because you have a very, well, not so nice reputation in the metaverse and Horizon worlds, where there's a lot of people that do not like you, and they do not like what you do. They do not like the fact that you stalk women, and I've got lots of evidence on that one. We'll get into that at a different time. That's not what this is about. This is about, sorry, I have allergies. This is about what you've been saying about me right here. And I recorded you a second time. I had to split it up into two because they were just really long videos, and it came up to be like an hour and 10 minutes of a video. I have them both, but I've never shown anybody. I've never sent it out to anyone. I've never exposed it to anyone. I've never given any of it to anyone for any reason. So if you want to show me where I have actually distributed said video to ruin you, to hurt your life, please, by all means, show me. I want to see it. I want to see the video. I want to see what I've distributed to other people. You can't, because it doesn't exist. The videos have stayed very, very safely in my vault. Haven't gone out to the general public. I'm the only one that knows what it says. Well, you should know what it says because the words came out of your mouth, but I digress. Let's continue.
And the host recorded a few of my friends without their knowledge.
Okay, the host recorded a few of your friends without their knowledge. I recorded one friend. And I told you who that friend was. I recorded Amina one time. And it was to really put out the point. I recorded it because I had no idea what she was going to say to me. I had no idea if she was going to be friend or foe. And when we spoke, within the first 10 minutes of our conversation, she had told me that she's tired of your shit too. At least at that time she was. I don't know whether or not you still associate with her. I don't know whether or not you guys are friends, enemies, or, whether you... I don't know, and I don't care. At that time, she was tired of your shit. She said plenty of times, she's told you to knock it off. She's told you plenty of times, change your name, start anew. I recommended that you do the same thing. Amina and I agreed on that you should try changing your name. There might have been another person or two that recommended it. But the funny thing is, you turn around and you blame me. You say, oh, I changed my name because Captain's bullshit. No, see, you're looking for a patsy to put off your inadequacies. And it's not me, son. It's not me. You need to not look any further than the fucking mirror if you want to find inadequate. Shall we continue?
I don't know. It sounds like it's almost slippery sloping. It sounds like it's, I don't know, gaslighting.
Well, when you take the information and you twist it and put it to fit your own narrative, of course it would. But again, I have never taken your videos and posted them anywhere on any of my social media or to do any damage. There are individuals out there that do such a thing, and they don't care who they hurt. They just believe, hey, let's get some gossip. I want the clicks. I don't do it for the clicks. If I have to do it, then I do it because it's the truth. But you see, I haven't put it out there because I'm not one to try to ruin someone's life. You can say that I do. You can say, oh, well, you said bad things on your show, Where's the Beef? You laughed at me and you called me names. Yeah, and you said a bunch of bullshit to me too. So we're even. That you're responsible for the shit that you say too, and you said some pretty raunchy things to people. You were racist against other white people. You've said bad things on my show to other people. You were criticizing a handicapped person. You were criticizing somebody that was disabled. You made fun of somebody's, well, mind capacity as well. You said horrible things to people and have been horrible to people. So, you know what? It's a wash. You said things, they've said things. When it comes to you and I've said things, you said things. We were supposed to have buried the hatchet, my good man, but apparently you don't want to do that unless it's in the back of my skull, figuratively speaking. Obviously not literally. But it's just the whole point. Get off of it. Just go do your own shit, man. Stop worrying about us and what we're doing. Oh, shall I continue? Because there's still another minute and 16 seconds left of this, so hang on.
And the fact that things were said were, oh, I've made amends with certain people, but yet no amends can be made for me.
That's because the amends that were made for those certain people, that we've come to an understanding and we've left each other alone. That's the way it works. See, they don't go around talking about us anymore. And so we've made amends, we moved on. We've forgiven them for what they've done, and we've moved forward. We don't forgive them for what they did and absolve them of their responsibility for hurting us. No, we forgive them for ourselves so that we can move forward as people, so that we can look at ourselves and know that we have a clean slate and that we're good in the eyes of God, that we're happy, and we've moved on. We've learned forgiveness. And nobody says that nobody's forgiven you. I forgave you for your situation that you put me through and the things you've tried to do to me. I will never forget what you did. So I have no interest to be your friend. But imagine if you would, Sir Grimlock. And that's what I'll always call you, because I cannot and will not call you the other name. Just like you only call me Mr. Jack. I don't need to show you evidence of jobs that I've had. I don't need to. I don't really care if you want to call me Captain or not. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I really don't care. It doesn't bother me in the least. Be that as it may. I've moved on. I've moved on from any of that. And I don't even want to have to deal with it anymore. I have said, though, imagine what could have happened if you weren't the way you were. If you weren't such a narcissist. If you weren't so egotistical that you were better than everyone. Imagine what you and I could have accomplished if we had actually stayed friends. We both have the gift for gab when it comes to voice and whatnot, and we can do all these things. Imagine what we could have accomplished. But we'll never know that because you can't get past any of it. You have to stop just to keep talking negative about people. Now, again, I don't care what you want to say or what's on your show. You're responsible. No, I'm not. I don't care. I have no idea what they're going to say, and they're responsible for their own words and their own actions. I didn't agree or disagree. I have my opinions, and I'm entitled to them, just like you're entitled to yours. But just because you have an opinion doesn't mean I want it in my face, period. Doesn't mean I want to hear it. So, you can throw it out there on your public platform that you want to claim is for your private use. It's your therapy page. Therapy for what? You've got how many people on your page? And I don't even know anymore. The last I ever saw was 400 and something. It could be more, could be less. I have no idea, and I really don't care. But the fact of the matter is this. You talk about me, and I don't appreciate it. You talk about my friends, and I don't appreciate it. You just need to stop. Oh, but shall we continue the video? Yes.
Not that it really matters anymore. I've moved beyond it, but I just sit there and want to basically call out the hypocrisy. That's the word. The hypocrisy of that show. Now, I only watched about 40 minutes of it, and I just shook my head, turned it off, and said, this is a waste of my time.
Well, I'm sorry you think it was a waste of your time, but I appreciate you spending 40 minutes listening to my show all the same. Shall we continue?
But the fact that people have claimed that they stopped bullying, or people claim, but we don't know about those claims. We can't equate those claims, whatever.
We have stopped bullying people because we don't retaliate anymore. See, that's the way that we bullied, because when we got bullied, we bullied back. We weren't about ready to just take that laying down. Nobody should have to. The only way to stop a bully is by standing up to one. We've stood up to you. We've stood up to other people that have bullied us. You want to call it bullying? So be it. We're going to give you a dose of your own fucking medicine. I hope it tastes really good, and I hope you had no sugar to let it slide down that revolting gullet of yours. Oh, shall we continue?
And, whatever. And if people have another YouTube channel and they want to start talking shit about me, let them. I don't really care no more.
I have no idea how many YouTube channels are out there talking shit about you. So, be that as it may, who gives a damn? If you really don't care, then why are you worrying? Why are you even commenting about it? You didn't need to get on here and start belittling me. Yeah, I grant it. Again, I'll give you credit where credit is due. You liked my theme song for the show. You thought it was a really catchy tune. Thank you. I appreciate that. Worked hard on trying to get that one right, and it was really good. I loved it. So I appreciate that you at least like that. But with that being said, the only reason, again, why you weren't allowed on my show for Walk the Plank is because you were going to straight up attack me. You've even mentioned it in so many words that you were going to put me in the spotlight, you were going to put me on the spot and ask me questions. But see, your questions, you have already determined. You would only respond to a yes or no. That there is not going to be any what-if-isms and there wasn't going to be any this and I'm not allowed to respond. This isn't an act of Congress. You don't have a right to put me on trial and then expect a certain answer from you. Or from me, from your question. That's not the way it works. Because I may see things differently than you, just based off of the situations that we both discussed before. If you have a thought process that you believe is a fact, based off of the evidence and information that you've had, then you base your opinion on that information, which is exactly what I've done. I've always based my opinion off of the facts that I have received, whether it's from you or whether it's been from other people. I don't now take that and dissect it and then come up with situations on my own and say, well, what about this scenario? How about this? How about this? I don't do that. I actually try to think logically when it comes to some of the situations, and some things I've actually had some experience in. And when I shared information to you, it was, what about this possibility? Yeah, it's a what if, but it's not a what if-ism. These were different scenarios from different people at different times that had gone through a very similar situation. So I was sharing information, maybe a thought process that you'd never thought of before, because you were so blinded by rage and anger over certain people doing certain things, i.e. restraining orders, that you couldn't see the forest from the trees. You were just focused on the one tree and could give a rat's ass about anything else. You didn't care what other reasons were out there. Which I wish I had that video already queued up, because the video that I have in regards to that, it wasn't ever spliced, cut, doctored or anything. It was a straight through video of that one section. And again, I reiterate, I never said I saw the entire video that was several minutes long. I said I saw the clip that was sent to me in its entirety. You can think what you want about what I said. That's perfectly fine. I really don't care. I don't need to defend myself with that anymore. I know what I said. I'm not stupid. Okay, so almost done. We got about another 30 seconds, and I've gone almost 20 minutes on this. So let's get this done.
Now found out I have bigger fish to fry.
Yes, I know about your bigger fish. Believe it or not, I know.
But you can sit there and say...
And I'm sorry to hear it, by the way.
From people recording from a person that did exactly the same thing that you're sitting there and said, whatever.
I did not do the exact same thing. I recorded for my own preference and my own protection. I didn't post it out there. There's a certain individual that loved to record shit, and then they love to post it on their social media and make all these people aware of everything that was going on. I never did that to you. The one little piece of video evidence that you saw that I did record, I had given to someone else because they requested it, because of a little certain something that you never want to talk about. And that's what happened later on in the video, when you were going mono-womano, whatever you want to call it, with two women, and you were yelling and screaming and calling them names and being rude and just downright nasty, and then you charged at one of them, punching them in the face. Twice you did that to them. And they wanted that video. And at the time I didn't have splicing technique, so I gave them the whole video. Now, from what I know, that person then had the whole video and they can do whatever the hell they want with it. I don't know what they did with it. One little clip of that video ended up in another person's hands. And they posted it on their social media, making you look like this pedophile. But that's not what the case was at the particular time. You were showing me this individual. You wanted me to meet this child that you were wanting to work with in the metaverse. Mm-hmm. I've already said on another one of my Walk the Plank episodes that it had nothing to do with you being a pedo. It had to do with the fact that you were wanting to hire him to work in Horizons to do work for your world. So, and I must apologize for right now. You're going to notice that I was talking and then I stopped and then started talking just now. Somebody had come to the door, so I had to answer the door real quick. So I don't remember where I left off. I can't really go back because I'm still recording. So we're just going to continue on. There's only 10 seconds left of the video, so let's play it out.
The truth is out there, folks. I'm just here to expose it.
The truth is out there, folks. I'm just here to expose it, was your final words of your video. Well, I've got news for you. You lied to people just now. You lied to people, or we could even, I'll even give you the benefit of the doubt. You came up with a conclusion based off the evidence that you feel that you had. Well, your evidence is wrong. I know, Kitty, I know. It's so terrible that this is happening. The evidence that you have is wrong, my friend. It is incorrect. It's inadequate. It's, well, it's not... what you say, it's a half-truth. Yes, I recorded you, and I told you, I've recorded you twice. You don't ever seem to remember that, so I'm telling you a few times, I recorded you twice. Your friend's being recorded. I only recorded one of your friends. There's another person that you don't claim to be a friend that I did record, but you don't want to mention that one because that one, well, it doesn't bode you very well because she gave information about what you did to someone else. So you don't want to mention that one, I'm sure. So I guess it is what it is. You didn't want to mention it. You threw it out there as I recorded a bunch of your friends. I did not. I recorded one of your friends. That was it. And I told you that I did. Hell, watch my show, Where's the Beef? I directly told Amina while she was there at the show that I recorded her. Episode 8 of season 2. I told her in that episode, Amina, you didn't know this at the time, but I recorded you, and I told her. Told you. But she's the only one of your friends that I recorded. Now, Kitty, I don't have any food. This isn't food. This is a phone. You can't eat the phone. I know you're starving, right? I just fed you this morning. But be that as it may, I don't really want to continue this with you. I never did. If anybody else wants to talk about you and they want to go on my show, that's their prerogative. They can talk about whatever they want to talk about. I didn't want you on my show because there's no way in hell I'm going to allow you to attack me. I'm also not going to bow down to your demands where I can only give you yes-no answers to your, well, obviously trapping questions. Because there's no way that anybody would allow just a yes-no answer. I'd want some intel about it. I'd want to know information. I just wouldn't be okay with just yes or no. I would want you to tell me more about it. But you just wanted me to give yes or no answers to your questions, which tells me they were nothing but trap questions. You were going to try to ask me questions that would entrap me, either telling on myself or telling on my friends, or to make me look like a complete ass. And I'm sorry. I know you thought that I was born, yesterday, but I wasn't. As they say, I didn't come down with the last water, the rain. I didn't come down with the last shower. I was born at night, not last night, however you want to say it. You really got to get off of this trip that all these people, my friends mostly, are out to get you. And like I said in the video just a little bit earlier, yes, I know about your situation, and I'm deeply sorry to hear it. I'm not going to put it out there, but I know it. I have friends. Funny thing is, you have friends that I know, and they've told me things without me even asking about it. It's just casual conversation that came up, and it's like, oh, damn, well, I'm sorry to hear that. And I am. I'm not a douche canoe, no matter how much you want to think I am. I'm sorry to hear about your situation that you've got going on. I hope that you can figure it out, and I hope that you can fully be able to heal so you can continue to live your life however it is that you want to live it. Just please stop mentioning me in a negative form, trying to get me with a gotcha moment or whatever, because I'm not trying to do that to you. So please stop. Again, please stop. I don't really wish to then take legal action on you because you want to defame my character, that you want to then slander me when I'm not doing anything to you. I've left you, as well as everyone else, alone when it came to that. I do my things with my friends. I build, I script, I create. I don't have time to keep dealing with this nonsense anymore. I don't. And I really would believe that you don't either. But I guess that's going to be, it's going to be determined, right? We're going to find out whether or not you have time to deal with it anymore. It's been a while since I received a video. I didn't want to receive this one, but I did. So, as I said, most of the videos that you've done, I just brush off and whatever. But there comes a time where a man needs to stand up for himself. And I'm tired of you lying on my name, saying I'm doing things that I'm not actually doing, or putting it out there saying that I've done things that were really dirty to other people when I did not. I have never put your name out there in a soiled fashion using a video to really slam you down. I've never done that. I've never done that to you making fun of you. I'll straight up tell you to your face. And again, I didn't want you on my show because I don't need you attacking me. And there wasn't any evidence that you were going to present to me in regards to your restraining order. There was going to be newfound evidence that I probably didn't already know. Remember, I know the other person on the side of that restraining order, and they've told me a lot of things, and they've shown me a lot of things. So including the thing that you said that you thought that you had in your back pocket about a certain person that started with an N, and a ring. Yeah, none of that was going to matter because I already knew about all of that. So provide me something new, and maybe we'll talk. But there isn't anything new that you can give me. I saw what I saw. It is what it is. And again, as I said on one of my other videos, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I think about it. It only mattered what the judge thought. The judge thought what they thought. They believed what they believed. And you got the restraining order on you. You've got less than 2.5 years left. You may as well just wait it out. But if you're still pursuing it, then I guess you're still pursuing it. You'll have to deal with that when the time comes, I guess. I don't know. Has nothing to do with me. But be that as it may. Stop trying to tell everybody your sob story and try to get people to like you because of the sob story. Just be you. And if you isn't good enough, maybe you need to take a look in the mirror and see what possibly could be wrong with you. If all these people don't want to be around you, maybe the problem is you. Did you ever think of that? Obviously not, even though you can say that you did, but you didn't. You haven't. You obviously and you can say, well, I've had a situation, I've had a condition, and, I've had limerence. Well, it's a severe obsession is a limerence, and that can be very dangerous. Where if people found out, if they knew exactly what limerence was, they would probably avoid you. There should be medication that you can take for that, isn't there? And if there isn't medication, then you need to find some kind of supplement that maybe you could take that will recharge your brain waves so you won't be like that anymore. You don't need anyone in your life. You want someone in your life because you see other people that have people and you see how happy they are, and you become miserable because you wanted what they've got. And because you can't get it, you go about it the wrong way to try to retrieve it. You meet somebody new, then you fall head over heels in love with them, even though you won't admit it to yourself, and you can't live without them. That scares them. It scares them. It's what happened to a few others from before, from back when. If it's happening now, sorry to hear it. Maybe you shouldn't be like that. Maybe you should be a little bit more understanding to what they want, rather than what you want. We all know what you want. You want to be the best at everything. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with striving for high goals. Just don't try to take other people down on your way to the top. A lot of people could be there to help you. A lot of people could be friendly to you. You choose not to be friendly with them. And again, you say, but there's no forgiveness for you. Look at what you keep doing. You keep putting our names in your mouth constantly, and I sure hope it tastes good because it's been there so much. You keep coming back for seconds, thirds, fourths, fifths. I don't like it. I don't like the taste. I'd rather not talk about you whatsoever. But I'm sorry, again, I have to defend myself. I'm a grown man, so I need to say what I need to say. In no which way, shape, or form have I slandered you, defamed your character. I've just exposed the truth, using the words that you said. I've exposed the truth. And the truth is, I'm not out there putting anybody's name out for anybody to criticize. I'm not putting out videos of anything I've ever recorded at any time on my social medias or in any other fashion to try to hurt you or anyone else. One last time, I've recorded you twice. I recorded Amina once. That was the only friend that I've ever recorded. And I recorded another individual who told me about a bunch of shit that you did to one other individual that was just, well, downright dirty and nasty. Not saying names for that one. I could. And that would then, anybody else watching or listening to this or whatever, they'd be like, oh, well, who the hell was that? And they can think that all they want to right now. I'm not giving that information because I don't need to stir up a hornet's nest. For those who know, they know. And you know damn well who I'm talking about because you're the one who did it. So keep my name out of your mouth, right? For the benefit of both of us. I'm sure you'll be a much happier person not ever talking about me. I'm sure you'll be a much happier person not ever talking about anybody else that you think was mean to you or bullied you or whatever. Concentrate on what you got going on and get yourself healed. And I don't just mean mentally. I mean with the physical situation that you've got going on now. Again, you can believe me or not believe me, but I will pray for you on that one because I have dealt with that. So I know what it feels like. And it's not fun. So be that as it may, I'm going to sign off for now. Take care, everyone that's listening. Thank you for sticking around. And if Grimlock, you happen to listen to the end, I do hope that you find happiness somewhere. I know it will be absolutely without any of us, because you don't want us in your life. And that's perfectly fine. We're happy not having you in ours. You don't need us in your life to be happy. Not even to talk negatively about us. But stop lying. That would be very greatly appreciated. Have a good day.